Say hello. Say hello. Alrighty. Hello and welcome to Ivory Library. I'm Ivy or Ivy-Mae. That's Tonks. You can probably hear her shaking her collar and sniffing the camera. I have not written in quite a while. Are you helping Mummy with the filming? I might have to move you guys, hold on. Why is filming on my phone so much easier than filming on my camera? I have a film and photography degree! Today we are going to be finishing the last 4 chapters in my novel, well, at least the first year of my novel. My novel that I'm writing is split into 2 years. It is their year 11 and year 12. So we're finishing year 11 today and it's very, very exciting. All the dialogue written, I just haven't written anything other than dialogue. Honestly, it's gonna be like 20,000 words. So I'm just gonna hunker down today. I'm gonna get it done. This is the first day off I've had in a long time, and I actually had to call in because I have a knee injury. So I'm gonna utilize my time off and do what I actually want to do instead of making coffee. Alright, so I've just grabbed my laptop so that I can take you guys through my writing process with me. I'm also just like probably gonna be sipping up my coffee as we go through this. This is my actual my current working document, and all of this I've taken into a separate document which is called my to finish document. This is what we are writing in today because I don't know if I just showed you that writing, but also this is my first draft. So I'm just telling myself it doesn't need to be perfect, I just need to get it done. Currently in my working document, I have 60,000 words, which is the first half of the novel, as I said earlier, and 162 pages at the moment, which is not bad. I'm just writing what's coming to my head, and then I think I'm gonna focus later on killing my darlings, because I don't want to kill any of my darlings right now. It's kind of crazy actually to think that all of this came from my head. I love the 80s, I have so much 80s clothes, and yeah, I grew up listening to heavy metal music and wanted a book about a heavy metal boy because... Hello! I know I'm not the only person out there that's interested in that kind of stuff, and I couldn't find anything on the market that was fulfilling my needs, so I said, okay, I'll write my own. So, yeah. My phone died. I'll show you my Apple Watch. It is currently... struggling. You can't see it, but that was the Ben 10, and also it's 9:30, so I'm going to get started and hope that by 10 I can have something to show you guys and we'll get started. Before we get into that, I thought I'd just kind of give you a little overview of what my novel's about without trying to spoil too much about it. The main character's name is Cherry. It's also why I got my Cherry tattoo, because I'm extremely proud of her. I think she's a wonderful character and she's very well-rounded, and a boy named Sebastian/Baz. And it's kind of like a little romance novel, which is weird because I don't like romance. I don't read romance novels, but apparently I'm extremely good at writing it, and that's what I want to do. So, go me, I suppose. Set in the 80s, because I love the 80s. I've always loved the 80s. Ever since I was little, I listened to 87 music. That is my primary form of music taste. I love the fashion, I love the culture. Well, not all the culture, but I love just I don't know, the style of the 80s. Think like Stranger Things, but more accurate to the time. And it's kind of Baz's heavy metal boy, Cherry's popular cheerleader. And I'm trying to write it in a way where it's not ooh, I'm the bad boy and the good girl, because Baz is not necessarily really a bad boy. He's a highly traumatized individual, and so is Cherry, and she secretly likes heavy metal music, and he is the town freak. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to spoil too much, but if that sounds like your kind of thing, I'll give you a list of themes. so that if you like that, you can follow along. I do have quite a few other novels in the process of being written. I have one about pirates, I have one about fae and elves and changelings. I have one about rival gangs. I have one that's inspired by D&D because I play D&D and it's kind of inspired by that, and then there's others, but I can't remember. Oh, I also have a murder mystery dark academia one, so we'll be doing a lot of exploring. I constantly am doing like 12 things at once. I can't just focus on one novel, and that's kind of why we're in this situation to begin with. Because I was going through it and I said, screw this, I'm not going to write Baz and Jerry because I was really emotionally unattached from everything and I didn't want that to bleed over into my writing. Like, it's such a beautiful and healing novel to write. I'm very emotionally connected to it because it's not necessarily my first novel because I have written other stuff before, but it's like the first one where I like look at it and I'm like, damn, like this is actually something worth working on, and I didn't want it to become something that it wasn't because of my own struggles with mental health. I think that's really something that like is not, I don't know, like it's not something that I've ever seen spoken about in the writing community, and how hard it is to like write romance and happiness and healthy relationships when you're really, really struggling and you can't really like find a lot of that in your own life. So I kind of took a step back from Baz and Cherry because I really didn't want them to be something that they weren't, and I didn't want it to head in a direction where it wouldn't be the message that I wanted it to be, because I see all these novels that are coming out about like romance and dark romance and stuff, and I just don't enjoy it. Like, I just want a nice novel that shows healthy relationships despite people's flaws. And like, I'm not saying that Baz and Cherry don't have flaws, because they definitely do. It's just how you handle those flaws as an author that I think is very important, and like it touches on quite heavy subjects, and a lot of it is quite personal to my own experiences and just my own mindset, I suppose. And I know I'm not the only person that's been through what these characters have been through, so I'm very aware that I wanted to be careful with it, and I wanted to take my time to be tender with it as well, because it deserves to be written in the way that I want it to be written, not in the way that lets me express misery, I suppose, because while misery sells, I also think that if one person can pick up this novel in the future and read it and think, damn, I really saw myself in those characters, then I've done something great. I think I'm very excited to start writing again, and I really missed it. So let's get started. Yo, that got really hot and heavy very fast. It's like, not to like interrupt myself, but like look how beautiful it is outside at the moment. My cherry blossom tree is so slight, and also it says hello. She's so precious. It's been about 23 minutes and I've written approximately 420 words. Y'all, I am struggling. I'm actually thinking I might have to rejig a few chapters because I'm this unmotivated to write them. It's going to be really annoying. You know, like, clearly something's not clicking. I don't know if y'all can hear, but my kitty cat's fighting. Fighting tensions are high in the little household today. Bloody hell. Okay, moving y'all in so that we can have a little bit of a check-in. So it has been officially half an hour. I wrote about 546 words, which I kind of am a bit disappointed that it was that much. I thought I'd get more done. Just to remind myself that it's been a few months since I wrote and I'm allowed to take my time with it. However, I realized that I'm really just struggling on one chapter and it makes me not want to write everything else. So I dropped out of that chapter and started writing the one after it, and that one's coming to me really, really easily. So I actually think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go back and get rid of parts of that chapter that I'm really struggling with, because I feel like I love the stuff that I've already written It's just the filler bits that are being a bit boring, and I feel like maybe that's a sign that some of it's not necessary. And while I said I was going to hold off on killing my darlings, if I cannot write, how am I meant to finish my draft? So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do in a bit. I think I'm gonna do that last. I think I'm just gonna keep on writing because I know where that chapter ends up and I know where the characters are. Like, it's not a big chapter, it's literally just like, well, the chapter is big, but the end of the chapter is not. So I think I'm gonna write everything else and then go back and see what I think is necessary and see what I want to keep and see what I don't want to keep, and then go from there, because I feel like if I hyperfixate on this one chapter, like, I'm never going to get this novel done, because it's a good chapter, but also like it's hard for me to write given that I am Australian, because it's set in America in the 80s and it's kind of like Christmas, Thanksgiving time, and like that by itself is like, even in seasons, like it's hard to write. Like, we don't have Thanksgiving, so like it's really, yeah, I was really struggling to write those few chapters, but it is what it is. We're gonna carry on. I'm up to the first chapter back from school from the holiday break, and I honestly think it's going pretty good. Maybe it's like the second chapter back, but I fully wrote the other chapter already. I don't really write chronologically. I kind of write what I want to write when I want to write it, and I feel like that kind of stumps me a lot. But also, like, I don't know, like, I really struggle to write chronologically, if I'm being quite honest. But I think, honestly, what I'm gonna have to do is I watched a few edits to get myself back into the mind space of the 80s. It's really helpful. I watched like Stranger Things edits and Lost Boys. Like, I love the Lost Boys. It's my favorite movie of all time. So help, my cats are being complete and utter chaos demons today. Yeah, so I watched a few edits to just get myself back into the vibe of the 80s and to get like into that mindset of like, these are the clothes, these are the songs, because I'm really trying not to distract myself this time. When I need to be distracted, I'm going to talk to you guys instead. But I kind of think that I need to pop in some headphones and maybe listen to some music while I'm writing, because I'm feeling really disconnected from this universe at the moment, because I've been stepped out of it for so long that it's really hard for me to step back in and feel like I know what the hell's going on, because I don't. Title of my novel is Sweet Cherry Pie, because it's like cherry, and then like technically Warrant's Sweet Cherry Pie didn't come out until the 90s, but the main character's name's Cherry, and I'm not supposed to reference that song at some point? Like, come on. Anyway, so I have this playlist that I made on Spotify. Yeah, so it's just, if my book was ever turned into a movie, it's what I would want the soundtrack songs to be. So I might just pop that on and write to that for a little bit and just try and get back into the headspace. I have been swarmed by the kittens. The kittens are swarming when I am just trying to write. But the kittens say hi. Donkey. Donkey donk donk donk. Say hi. Kiss kiss. I miss Minnie. My laptop died. I was writing for quite a while. I found some inspiration and it kind of kick-started me, but my laptop died and I've had to wait an hour for it to be charged, because my actual laptop charger is at my partner's house. It's only on 22%. But we write. It's the next day. I did write yesterday, I promise I wrote, but my camera died and I put it on charge and then I completely forgot that I was filming. So I guess this is now a 2-day long vlog and we're gonna carry on from where we left off yesterday. Oops, I suppose. But I'm just to go. So let's get to writing. Okay, so I'm looking at my working document now, and I did about 1,000 words yesterday, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I did have to go back and I guess like remove and edit a lot of stuff, and also I spent quite a bit of time watching edits and listening to music to get myself back into the headspace of working in this novel, and I think it worked, and I'm feeling quite content with what I did write yesterday. I finished about a chapter and a half worth of writing, so I think that we're just gonna bust through it as fast as we can. It is 12:05. I'm gonna give myself until about 1 o'clock to write, and then we will check back in. Currently I have 8,903 words, and we will see how many words I get finished in that time. So start the time lapse. Don't you jump. Chicken baby, come here. Oh, she thinks she's in trouble. Come here. She just wanted to sit on the chair. I promise you did nothing wrong. Come here. This doesn't count as me procrastinating because I have to take care of my kitten first and foremost. Oh, yeah. This is editing Ivy from the future. I just wanted to say that I'm a fibber, and that totally counts as procrastination. It's cute procrastination, but still procrastination, because I'm watching back all of the filming for this video, and over half of it is me getting distracted by my cat. So, lesson learned. I don't apologize. Enjoy the Tonks content and the writing content. I will henceforth be calling my vlogs Writing at Tonks vlog. Apparently Tonks has decided that she would like to come and help with the writing, but she'll only going to do that if she can sit on top of my computer. I have made the executive decision to go and write outside because it is very, very lovely today, and I think that I need a change in environment, and I can't walk into town like I normally would because I have re-injured my knee. So I'm gonna go sit outside. Like, tell me, oh my god, look at my butt of ears. Excuse how dusty my windows are. I'm scared of spiders and too scared to clean it. But tell me that isn't beautiful. However, before I go outside, I am gonna make myself a drink. Because I want one. Why did it stop automatically? Alright gang, it is now the third day of this vlog. I'm sorry I didn't finish yesterday, my camera died. I think I filmed some stuff on my phone, I don't really remember. I'm gonna call this vlog here, otherwise they could literally carry on forever because I'm writing like a maniac the last few days. My working document is now sitting at 66,105 words. That is a lot of words to write, and that's just in my working document. That's the stuff that I felt, it's about an extra 6,000 words, I think, that I felt comfortable having been fully done and good enough to go into my first draft. My to finished draft, my working document as opposed to my draft document, was originally sitting around 8,000 words, and finishing everything and dragging it from one document to the other, it is now sitting at 5,892. So we made a big dent, and I'm really, really proud of myself. I didn't finish the draft, but I think it was better that I didn't, and I took my time to love what I was writing and be tender with what I was writing. But with saying that, we are going to be doing a lot more of these vlogs because apparently this helps me get motivated. I also today started a Tumblr kind of as a blog to keep myself accountable because I find it really hard to consistently post on TikTok and Instagram. Sorry, brain dead. TikTok and Instagram, and I just think that I need to be somewhere where I can share information but also not feel that pressure of getting all the likes or having things be interacted with constantly and being bummed when I work really hard on a TikTok and the views are literally just sitting there. So if you would like constant updates on how my novel is going and my life and just more behind the scenes content, please go and interact with that, read my posts. I will still be posting on Instagram, and as always that will be linked in the description, so will my TikTok, and I'm really, really proud of myself this week. I think I've done a very good job. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come back next week for another one, or in a few days. We'll see how well I work tomorrow on my day off. But yeah, as always, happy reading, bookworms. I'll see you next time.